having more fun than a human being should be allowed to have. El Rushbo behind the golden EIB microphone talent. In fact, much more than I'll ever need. On loan from God. 800-282-2882. We're not going to join the Trump-Trudeau press conference at the outset. I know I said that we were going to join the Trump press conference, but I didn't know when I first announced this that it was a joint presser with the Prime Minister of Canada, Trudeau. So when they finished the joint, you're great, no, you're great, no, you're better, we love you, now we love you too. If you'd stop people from coming here for health care, I'd love you even more. When that section of the press conference ends and they go to questions from the reporters, which will be about vote fraud and voter fraud, do you have any evidence of voter fraud and all, that's when we'll jip this. Now, there's immigration news out there before I get back to the audio sound bites. I've got one more about me. Chris Christie is seeking new power and influence, and his advice here, the way to do it is to become the next me. So we'll have that soundbite coming up. But I want to get some of this immigration news because I firmly believe that immigration remains ball game in terms of the future of the United States remaining the nation it was founded to be. Immigration is the primary reason Donald Trump was elected. It remains a focal point for people that support and voted for Trump. And that executive order, Trump supporters are livid about this in every which way. The media is not changing any minds among Trump supporters on that executive order. They're angry at the judiciary, as they should be. And these ICE raids that are happening, people are applauding these. You know, the drive-bys think, this is outrageous, this is poor minorities. And wait a minute, this is a matter of the law. We're just enforcing law and order, which Trump also said he was going to do. But let me go through some of this immigration stuff, because the news here today is just outrageous. First, from the Wall Street Journal, influential Mexicans are pushing an aggressive and perhaps risky strategy to fight a likely increase in deportations of their undocumented compatriots in the U.S., and that is to jam U.S. immigration courts in hopes of causing the already overburdened system to break down. This is Mexico. Mexico does not want the people that left Mexico to come here illegally. They don't want them back. What does that tell you? That a nation does that mean these people are not all that productive in the eyes of Mexico? Why don't they want them back? And they're planning on an ad campaign to tell illegals here in America how to go out and get a free of charge immigration lawyer and to just go to court and clog up the system. Why doesn't the Mexican government and its most influential citizens want these people back? It's their people. Aren't we told that Mexican illegal aliens are the best and brightest? Aren't we told that that's the future of America by the Democrat Party and the media? Aren't we told that they're the hardest working, that they're going to be a boon to any economy? Why doesn't Mexico want them back? Now, this proposal calls for ad campaigns advising immigrants in the U.S. to take their cases to court and fight deportation if they're detained. The backlog in the immigration system is tremendous already, said the Foreign Minister Jorge Castañeda. The idea is to double or triple the backlog in court until Trump says we can't handle it anymore and calls the idea stupid. Here again, on display vividly, people that do not understand Donald Trump. They really think that they can force Trump to give up this campaign issue by flooding the courts? They think they can stop Trump with a judge issuing a stay on his executive order? Do you realize how fit to be tied the left is? They think when that judge in Seattle stayed Trump's executive order, they think that means that all immigration law is suspended. That's how stupid they are. So now the ICE raids, which have been planned from back in the Obama administration days, that's how long ago these were scheduled. These are Obama immigration raids, essentially. And it's not I'm not making a political comment. It's just fact. These people on the left who think that judge in Washington can tell the president what for. They think that judge in Washington can tell the president to shut up and go away. And they think the president has to listen to what that judge says. They can't believe that deportations are going on. They can't believe that ICE is running around rounding up the illegals and sending them back. They can't believe it. They're fit to be tied. The Mexicans can't believe it either. So now they're trying to order with ad campaigns. It's just like there have been ad campaigns, how to get free health care. That is, find the nearest emergency room. How to get this, how to get food stamps. The Mexican government has had ad campaigns for all their illegals living here on how to exploit the U.S. welfare system. And now there's an ad campaign on how to exploit the court system by going out and getting a lawyer. USA Today has a story, what to do if immigration officers come knocking at your door. So what this is, USA Today is actually running an ad for the ACLU under the guise of a news story. Begins this way. Roundups of undocumented immigrants across the country have sent immigrant rights advocates to social media, blasting out information in multiple languages on how those caught up in such raids should respond. Can I translate this for you? Roundups of illegal immigrants across the country have sent illegal immigrant rights advocates to social media, blasting out information in multiple languages on how those behaving illegally should continue to try to break the law. So where were these people when Obama was doing the deporting? Because, Obama deported 7,500. These raids are not new. They happened I remember them. I remembered commenting on a couple of them when they happened. I said, why isn't the left enraged by this? And it's because Obama was doing it, so it was okay. If immigration and customs enforcement agents this is USA Today, this is from their story. If ICE agents show up at your door, the ACLU advises you to not open it unless the agents can show a warrant signed by a judge. Ask to see it through a window or slipped under the door. Residents can ask through the door why the agents are there and request an interpreter if they need one. If there is no warrant, ask the agents to leave the information outside. Now, bear in mind that the ACLU and the rest of the Amnesty Open Borders lobby say that we cannot enforce our immigration laws because it'll make illegal aliens afraid of law enforcement. And they won't report crimes. Have you heard that argument? How specious is that? The ACLU and your average leftist in the Open Borders lobby say that we should not and we cannot enforce immigration law because that would be to enforce it on illegal immigrants. And that would make the illegal immigrants afraid of law enforcement all the time. And then they won't report crimes because they're afraid of the cops. And we can't afford to deport them. We can't afford to track them down because that just makes them afraid of the cops, and we don't want them. I'm sorry, you people in media do a great job of that all on your own, making people afraid of the cops. So these raids are happening, planned during the Obama administration. Mexico running ads encouraging illegals here to go get immigration lawyers and clog the courts. Thousands poised to enter deportation process after mass ICE arrest. Obama conducted 3 major immigration raids. The mainstream media ignored them and nobody protested. This is a story from June 21st of 2011. I wanted to trick you. June 21st, 2011, thousands poised to enter deportation process after mass ICE arrest. The Obama administration announced Tuesday. We're now, this is 6 years ago, folks. Well, 5.5 years. The Obama administration announced Tuesday that federal agents swept up 2,400 illegal immigrants in a nationwide raid last month, starting what will likely be a months-long process of figuring out what to do with them. The sweep, the product of a 7-day operation called Cross-Check, was described as the largest of its kind. ICE, in coordination with other federal agencies and local officials, tracked down illegal immigrant criminals in all 50 states and are now housing them in ICE jails across the country. Now, bear in mind, this was reported factually. There's nothing to see here. This Obama being rounded up 2,500 illegals. They're in jail in preparation of being deported. Contrast that with these raids this past weekend and how they've been reported. With everything I just told you, advice from the ACLU and USA Today on what to do if the agent shows up at your house, how to get a lawyer to clog the court system to break it down and cause it to fail. It's profound, the difference. AP decided to do a fact check. Are recent immigration raids the result of Trump policy? And then they say, well, you know, Obama did some of this and Trump's doing some of this, and they conclude the truth lies somewhere in between. You know where most of the fake news in America is today? I've concluded there is never so much fake news as there is in a mainstream media fact check. I think these fact checks actually contain more fake news than the original reporting that they claim to be fact-checking. Because this is clear obfuscation. There's a truth lies somewhere in between. No, it doesn't. These recent immigration raids are the result of Obama policy, which is the United States. This is simply the law being enforced, which was the only point Stephen Miller was making to Stephanopoulos yesterday. This is simply the law being enforced. That's all it is. What people are upset about, I'm telling you again, we have enough leftist lame brains who believe that judge in Seattle shut down all deportations. They think that's what that stay means. They think that judge staying Trump's executive order means all immigration is permitted. That's what they think. Many of them do. And they're perfectly fine with a federal judge in Seattle being able to tell a president what can and can't do when it comes to immigration policy. And so the reason they're really mad is because they misunderstand the executive order and the stay. And they think, well, he's violating the law again. He doesn't respect. He can't be doing this. The judge said he can't do this. The judge said there's nothing that can happen until it's decided. Trump's deporting people. It's amazing, folks, the ignorance. Well, it's not amazing with the media the way they are. It stands to reason. What is this? Mexicans march against Trump. Bad hombres for the whole world. Mexicans waved flags that read Fuera Peña or Peña out. Accusations of government corruption, coupled with the anger over his handling of the disappearance of 43 Mexican students in 2014, have sunk his approval ratings. Why is Mexico so threatened now? Isn't that rather obvious, too? Because the United States is going to make illegal aliens go through the process to become legal in order to stay here, instead of letting an entire country come in here and bleed us. And that's what they're upset about. And do not doubt me. The left believes the world should be able to come in and bleed America because the world suffers because of America. They really and actually believe that.